In this comparison video, we're gonna put a Black Series HQ15 up against a Dweller 15, and we're gonna see which one performs best in a cold weather situation. Okay, here at ROA, we're all about testing our units. We like to camp in them, we like to use them, and we really like to put them through their paces. So quite frankly, you don't have to. Obviously, you're gonna wanna go out and use the trailers and put them in crazy places, but we try to do it more than anybody else. And we just wanted to bring a bunch of, we always wanna bring value to the marketplace. So today, this video is, it's gonna be a Black Series HQ15 versus a Dweller D15. Now you might be saying, those are pretty different trailers because the Black Series has hard walls all the way to the top. The Dweller has a pop-top canvas and a pop-out for the bed. Very different, right? And yes, they are very different. And a lot of people say, you know, I just don't know about a pop-top because I'm worried that like I won't be able to camp in it in cold weather. And honestly, even in the summer, it gets pretty cold. If you're up in the high altitude mountains, you can get into the 20s in the middle of the summer, at least in Utah and Colorado. I know there's places that drop below 30 all the time in the middle of the summer, right? And in the winter, I mean, right now, today, it's just about 4 p.m. and it's 43 degrees. So it's pretty cold out here. It is, the weather forecast looks like it's gonna get even colder. We're supposed to be the next couple days around 30 degrees as a high, and we're gonna get as low as 14 or 15 degrees during the night. So the people ask the question all the time, like, does it stay warm? You know, like, can you camp in it in below freezing weather, like the box? And we've always just said, yeah, for sure. Like, I have camped in this trailer in the 20s with the heater going, and it was very comfortable. And so some people, that's enough. But for some people, that's not enough. And we tend to get people just all the time just assuming the canvas is terrible and there's no way it can stay warm in the trailer. So we decided we're gonna do a test, and we're gonna do hard walls versus canvas pop top, and we're gonna turn on the heaters at the exact same time, and we're gonna let them both run. We've filled both of the trailers up with a 20-pound propane tank. They both have space for 2 tanks, but we're just gonna run 1 tank each, and we're gonna turn on the heaters. We're gonna try to set it to 72 degrees inside, and we're going to see which trailer will last longer. Now, I will admit, I think the Black Series is gonna win this test because, well, it's a hard wall, so I would expect it to win. But I'm actually really intrigued to see how well the canvas does, because like I said, I've camped in it, canvas, and it stayed nice and warm, but I don't know how it compares to a hard wall versus canvas, and I don't know how long it's gonna last. So today, or maybe in the next few days, we're gonna find out how long these trailers will run before they're out of propane. Okay, so in the comments below, I wanna know, what do you think? Do you think the Black Series is gonna win, or do you think the Dweller is gonna win? Make some comments below, but let me tell you the specs before you make a comment so you know a little bit more. Okay, so we've just stepped into the Black Series, and on the table, we're setting down a thermometer, and as you can see, it's 41.9 degrees Fahrenheit inside this trailer right now. And we're gonna put a thermometer in here so we can watch the temperature in the trailer and try to get it up to 72 degrees. Now let's talk about the heater and the thermostat in this trailer. In the Black Series, we have a Dometic furnace, and it's actually a 13,680 BTU propane furnace. It is forced air and runs off of propane. Now, the thing is, in this trailer, it has kind of an old-fashioned thermostat, so it's really hard to actually read the temperature here. It's not a digital display, so we're just gonna guess at what the temperature is. I've kind of turned it on full blast and just turned the heater on, and we're gonna see how long it takes to get up to temperature. And that's why we have the thermometer on the table, because in the Black Series, we don't really know what the temperature is in here without a thermometer. Now let's go jump over in the Dweller and talk a little bit about the thermostat over there and get the heat going on. Okay, here we are in the Dweller. The Dweller does not have a Dometic. It has a Truma. This is a company out of Germany. And the way you do this works as a furnace and a water heater. But we're gonna just pull this up. The nice thing is this does have a digital readout. And we're gonna just put it to 72 degrees, which is what we want. Put it on high and we'll get the temperature up. Now the Truma, that's actually a 2-stage furnace. So like I said, the Dometic only has 1 BTU setting and it runs at 1 speed. The Truma actually has a 2-stage 7,500 BTU and a 14,300 BTU. But I want to get it on high and try to get it up to temp as soon as possible. Okay, now we did want to kind of keep it the same. So I know the Black Series doesn't have a thermostat built into the furnace, and the Dweller does have one in the Truma. But we're just going to use this exact same setup on both of these units, and you can see it's already 40 degrees in here. We just turned the heater on like 30 seconds ago, so maybe it climbed it, but we just barely turned the heater on both of these units. Both of them were, well, the Black Series was a little bit warmer to start with, but this is starting to heat up already, and we're going to try to get the trailers up to 72 degrees, and then we're going to just let the heat run as long as it can run. And I've placed both of these kind of in the center of the trailer on the kitchen table. Okay, so we now have the heater on inside the Dweller 15 and in the Black Series HQ15. Trying to get them up to temp. It is about 4:40 p.m. November 9th. So keep that in mind because we're going to be checking back and forth on these sporadically throughout the day, in the morning and the evening before we head home for work. But let's see how they perform. What's really important about this is I actually believe these canvas pop tops are actually reasonable. I think they hold the heat in pretty reasonably. But a lot of people have said, well, I don't necessarily agree with you. I think you're just blasting heat out. You know, I mean, it might warm it up, but you're going to be wasting tons and tons of propane to keep this trailer warm, which might be true. I just don't know how much propane we're wasting, and we're going to get a good comparison. And by the way, the dimensions of these trailers on the inside, width and length, is very, very similar, within a foot of each other. So we are heating the same, essentially the same amount of space. The only difference is the Black Series ceiling, floor to ceiling, I think is 6'3", and this is about 6'7" with the canvas. So you actually technically have more space to heat inside the Dweller, which probably is going to lead to this running out of propane much faster. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. Stay tuned. We'll check in a little bit. Hello, everyone. Just doing a quick check-in. It's as you can see, it's pretty dark out here. And we're getting ready to head home. It's been about 2 hours. The temperature looks like it's dropped down to 36 degrees. So it is for sure getting a lot colder. Let's check in on the Dweller 15 first. I'm gonna jump inside here really quick. Well, there we are, 70.8 degrees. So in about 2 hours, we are set down here on the Truma at 72 degrees. And the heat is blowing nice and warm. And we're 70.8. We'll see what the weather is going to get down tonight. So I'm really expecting the Dweller to lose and the Black Series to win. I'm also getting worried about the batteries. We're going to run the batteries. So let's go jump in the Black Series and see where it's at. Not sure what's going on, actually. This is sitting at 58 degrees. So the temperature is it's taking a long time to get up to temp. So I'm not 100% sure why. I mean, there is one port on the Dometic, and it is a little bit less powerful, but only by like 500 BTUs. It's not a ton. And also there's no canvas, so I don't really know why this is taking so long, but I'm headed in for the night. I'm gonna go home and I'll check first thing in the morning to see where things are sitting at. I mean, it's a little chilly in here, but I mean, it's still 60 degrees. If you're sleeping under the covers, you'd be fine, but taking a little bit to get to temp. So 2 hours. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning, 8:41 a.m. and it's 34 degrees. let's go check on these trailers and see what's happened last night. Let's check on the inside. Look, it's 73 degrees in here. It's nice and warm, actually. It feels really nice in here. The heater, yeah, it's working. It's blowing right now. 73. It's set at 72. I'm gonna turn it down one maybe, because it's not necessary to be. I just heard it kicking off right there. So we'll stay in that 73. So that's pretty good. Very warm in here. Let's go check on the HQ15. Okay, here we are inside the HQ15. It's 68 degrees. Not sure why. The thermostat is actually turned on max, so I can't really adjust anything. 68 degrees inside of here. Now the test is, whoa, how long are these units actually going to last before they run out of that 20-pound propane tank? You can see this is the smaller 20-pounders. The nice thing about this is you can easily put in a larger 30-pounder. You could even go even bigger, but we're just putting the 20-pounders in them is because that's the most common one that you can get. But there's also a space for a secondary one. Same within the Black Series. What's up, everyone? Good morning. It is Friday, 10 a.m., so not quite morning. I did end up checking the trailer last night around 6 p.m., but I had to rush home because I was on a kid babysitting duty. But last night, the dweller, I had adjusted the temperature down to 71 because it was 73 and I wanted to try to get it down to 72. It was still at like 73 even though I adjusted the temperature down a degree. And the HQ15 was sitting around 69, so not quite hitting 70. The furnaces were both running, and this was around 6 p.m. last night. I'm actually worried that we're gonna be running out of propane anytime soon because it's been cold. It was last night, it was in the teens. But I'm gonna check out the 15 first, and then we'll come back and check out the dweller. Okay, here we are inside the HQ15, and it's 60.8 degrees, not even up to temp. This is so weird. It was, like I said, it was almost at 70 degrees last night, and I actually turned up the thermostat to try to get it warmer. So I'm gonna turn it up. I just turned it up even higher. So I want to try to keep it around 70 degrees. It's too cold in here. Now I'm really worried that the propane's gonna last longer in this trailer because it's the hard wall. And obviously it's not even getting it to temp. So let's go check on the dweller. Let's jump inside and check this out. There we have it. 69.2 degrees. It feels a lot more comfortable inside here than it does in the HQ15. Both of the thermometers are kind of in a central location on the table, which is both very close to the thermostat, and both of them, the thermostat's like almost the same distance, or the exhaust where that's shooting heat out. So they should both be getting similar heat. I don't know if this is just more of a testament to the actual Truma as it is to the trailers. The Truma is a 14,300 BTU unit. The Dometic is a 13,600 BTU unit. So, you know, you got more BTUs on this one, but we're also heating a canvas trailer, right? This is a canvas pop top. Like, this is all, I mean, this is a high area, and this is all, it's really nice and warm in here though. This one we added a fridge too. This is our kind of upgraded, tricked out Dweller 15 with all the cool stuff, all the cool add-ons. But yeah, this one's doing really well. I don't know when we're gonna run out of propane, but I'm I'm extremely impressed. The whole point of this test is because people are always saying a pop top isn't going to stay warm and you're going to just be wasting heat. As of right now, I don't know, like, it's hard is because we're not testing, you know, apples to apples as far as the heaters themselves. The heater in this trailer is better. But, I mean, it's a canvas pop top versus a hardwall pop top. You would think the hardwall would be doing way better, but this one is actually doing way better. And we'll just see how long it takes to run out of propane.
Okay, here in the Dweller 15, 64.4 degrees. Which, you know, not as good, but we don't know how long ago the propane ran out.
Just to get you a little caught up, it is 10:11 p.m. It is Friday night, and it is 27 degrees outside, so it is cold. As you already know, the Dweller ended up turning off just after 3 p.m. today, which puts it at almost 3 full entire days running on one tank, which is insane still. It's kind of blows my mind. Before leaving, I came back out just to check on the Black Series, the HQ15, and it was still running. The temperature, it has a hard time getting up to temp. It was at 65 degrees, but it just still did have propane. I did lift the tank and it felt pretty light, so I feel like it's gonna run out anytime. And if it's still going, I'll probably come back in the morning. If it's done, then this test is over. Okay. Ooh, the heat's going still. There we go. It's still running. The heat. I mean, it's blowing hot air still. It's 63 degrees, so, which is what we expected. I mean, now it's really concerning that it can't keep a good temperature above 60 degrees at night. I mean, if we would have turned the Dweller down to 63 degrees at night, we may have got another day out of it. I don't know. But because it was really maintaining that 70, you know, in between 70, 73 degrees. If we would have been adjusting it down to 63 degrees at night and putting what, you know what I mean, maybe it would have lasted a lot longer. But it's only winning by 6 hours right now. I'll be back in the morning now and see if it's gone. It is 12:03 p.m. and it's Saturday. So we checked in just after 10 p.m. last night on Friday, and it's 39 degrees. So I'm just here to check on the HQ15 to see if it's still going. It looks like it's out. It says red. Let's go inside. Okay, we're inside, and it is 46 degrees. So it's official. It has died. I don't know when. 14 hours ago was the last time I checked it, so it's within the last 14 hours. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not sure when it died. I was here last night at 10 p.m. and it was still going strong. Here now at noon, you know, that's 14 hours later, it's dead, but there's no way that it died within the last hour because it's sunny outside right now. And if it was, you know, I don't think the temperature would have dropped that fast if it died at an hour. I think it would be at like 60 degrees, not 46 degrees. So it probably died sometime either early morning or in the middle of the night. I'm not sure. You got about 17 or 18 more hours on the HQ15 versus the D15, which quite frankly, with a pop top, that's insane. I mean, that's, to me, like people that are like, oh, I don't want a pop top because I'm not gonna be able to keep the trailer warm or keep it at temp, you know, if I'm out camping. That's just not true. I mean, this trailer, I can't say it performed better, even though every time I walked into here, it was around 70 to 73 degrees, and every time I walked into the HQ15, it was ranging anywhere from 60 to 70, you know, degrees. I did see it at 74 degree in the middle of the day at one point. but this one was at like 73. So this one, it tends to maintain the temperature overall throughout the whole trailer much, much better. That one, it kind of was like up and down constantly. This one just really maintained it. And of course, think about it, if you're out camping and you like leave for the day, you're gonna drop it down to 60 degrees in here, and you're not gonna just let it maintain 73 degrees while you're not in the trailer. And at night, personally, I would drop it down. Actually, when I did camp in this trailer, I did drop it down to 67 degrees because there's a duct near the bed area, so it just got way too warm at night sleeping. So I actually had it closer to 65. So I think if in a real use case in this trailer, I think you probably could last closer to four days. In the 15, you couldn't. Like, what you lasted is what you lasted, because that thing, I mean, I guess you could turn it off during the day, but at night, it was having a hard time even maintaining 60 degrees. Like, it was cold in there. And it was like 73 degrees in here at night, or in the morning, really, when it was coldest. So I am pretty freaking impressed. But yeah, so there you have it. This is an interesting test. And I think it's more a testament to the Truma and how this trailer is designed, because it's all ducted. I think it's just a more efficient system. But it is a canvas top, and we did compare a canvas versus a hard wall, and I want to say the hard wall won in longevity, but in overall, personally, like if I were to want these systems, I would rather this system. If you made this into a hard wall, it probably would have destroyed the HQ15. Okay, I have some more cool little test results. I ran 2 different tests after this entire video series. It's been about 2 weeks since we filmed that initial stuff. So the Dweller overall made it almost 2 days. It was an hour short of 2 days on one tank. The HQ15 made it 2 days, and optimistically 16 hours. Probably somewhere in between 10 and 14 if I were to guess. But let's just say it was 2 days and 16 hours. But I got thinking to myself, I took all the averages from the actual HQ15 and averaged out, because it was kind of going all over the place. It was very high, very low. And so the average temperature was about 64 degrees. And I got thinking to myself, I wonder if we did another test with the Dweller, instead of setting it at 72 or 71 and keeping that nice warm temperature, I wonder if we just set it to 64 degrees and see what the average temp was at that point. The other thing that I thought to myself, I wonder, because we were running the Dweller on high the entire time. So we turned on the heater and put it on full blast. The fan has 2 settings, an eco and a high. And we left it on high, and it went almost 2 days. So this time I went back out there post this test, and I put the Dweller, I put a new propane tank in it and put it on 70 degrees again, but this time I put it to eco. And it actually lasted about 2 days and 6 hours. So keeping it once again at close to 70 degrees. Remember, the Black Series couldn't even maintain it. Average temperature was 64 degrees, and it ran out in about 2 days and 16 hours. So the Dweller going on to eco, maintaining that 70 degrees, actually it increased it 2 days and about 6 or so hours. And then I thought, well, I'm gonna turn it down to 64 and see how long it will go at that point. So I did, I set it to 64, and it went just about 2 hours shy of 3 days. So it went about 2 days and 22 hours, which is actually better than the HQ15, which are our hard walls. So with all things equal, right? Trying to set the temperature on the same average, the Dweller actually lasted longer overall, which is honestly unbelievable. It blew my mind. If you're a hunter, right, you drop it to 50 degrees while you're out hunting. When you come back in to go to bed at night, you bump it up to 65 to 70 degrees. You should be able to go 3 or 4 days in that type of situation. You have 2 tanks, you're easily lasting 4 to 6 days in a canvas pop top Dweller 15. And this will work the same for a Conquer UEV 14. So this was a fascinating test. I've never done it side by side, hard wall versus canvas. And obviously, I think all in all, if the HQ15 had a ducted Truma, it probably would have performed a lot better and been nicer. So a little bit of a testament to the Truma heater itself, but also that's what's in the Dweller, right? So you can't fault the Dweller for having a superior product in it. because Dweller, when they manufactured the trailer, they ducted it and put in better components than the HQ15 did. So overall, I've been really impressed. I think it's a great test. Hopefully this brought a lot of value to you. If you believe that you cannot buy a trailer with a pop-top canvas because you can't camp in it in the winter, that is simply not true. You can, and it will stay warm and toasty. So there you have it. Come on down to ROA and pick up your Dweller. Whether it's summer or winter, you can go out and have fun. Merry Christmas, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.